What's up, Taurus? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot here to look at April 2025 when it comes to relationships. Taurus, I hope all is well. I want to wish all the bulls here, before I even forget, who celebrate their birthday in the later part of April, a very happy and safe birthday celebration. We're just going to cleanse the energies here from Dawn Aries messages for the month. The decks that I'll be using through your messages, Aries, will be, Taurus will be listed in the description box. I have to be careful though, because every time I do these videos, I always start off with a sign and then end up talking about another sign. So if I do appreciate the people who catch me doing that and bring it up to my attention, so I have to be a little bit more mindful. Anyway, welcome any new subscribers. I appreciate you. So let's get underway to see what the messages are for Taurus. Okay, now reading reversals, Taurus. Energies for my bulls. What's going on? What's coming up? Some of this energy here may be already taking place leading into April and maybe fully expressed or exposed. Okay, energies here for Taurus. All right, so let's do a cut, Taurus, and begin the messages here. See what's coming up here for you potentially. All right, so the first card is the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords here is you can see the female. She's out there on the ledge of that window. Okay, so the Nine of Swords is usually regarded as having to deal with unresolved, conflicting energies, whether it's from something that you're dealing with right now, from your recent past or your distant past. Something needs to be resolved here. Now, the Nine of Swords typically just refers to having to deal with any instances of betrayals, having someone, basically excessively lie to you, Taurus. Also, too, someone could be having an affair, cheating on you. Could be any forms of short of backstabbing, because I usually regard that or save that energy for the Ten of Swords, but I don't even really use backstabbing when the Ten of Swords shows up here. So it could be that. This also too relates to um, physical, mental, and emotional abuse that could be brought onto you by your partner or someone that you're dating. If this is the energy that expresses itself, deal with it, Taurus. Try to reduce the conflicting energies. Now, this is the first card that was drawn for you, so it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be the overall theme for you for the entire month of April. Okay, it might be just something that you're dealing with right now, and like I said before earlier, it could be something that fully expresses itself or exposes itself when we get into the month of April. But if this is the case, just deal with it. Seeking some sort of relief. This is usually the card that's regarded as suffering in silence, and it's bringing a lot of pain. So whatever that energy is, stay focused on love and relationships, because that's all I'm talking about. All right, so let's throw a clarifier on that Nine of Swords here. Should I reshuffle the deck? Yeah, let me reshuffle the deck here. See why is that Nine of Swords in Taurus's spread here? Why did that Nine of Swords show up here for Taurus? What is going on? So seeking some sort of relief, and that could be any engagements of, still be regarded as pain. Seeking relief through prescription medications, non-prescription medication, drinking too much, alcohol, weed smoking, whatever is going to help you through the days and the nights of this Nine of Swords energy. All right, so what's going on here? Okay, so it could be, the devil, the major arcana is here. That is the cast of energy here that more than likely have you guys stuck on the past or stuck on having to deal with unresolved conflicting energies. Remember, I always say the devil creates some sort of cast of energy on you, and it's usually done in a repetitive type of process. So it could be that you're repeating having to deal with the unresolved conflicting energies. Again, that could be from your distant past or your recent past, or something that's occurring right now. The devil always puts that strong arm on you, okay, having you definitely feel doubtful, fearful, suspicious. Someone could be having a fear of breaking away from, a FWB situation, friends with benefits, because something else could be occurring or going on that changes the status. Having to deal with any types of, um, you know, toxic relationships that you always seem to get yourself involved with, that never seem to go the way that you want. So it's a force of energy here that's creating that Nine of Swords energy of fear, doubts, worries, overthinking, suspiciousness, and again, having to deal with the other aspects and elements of this Nine of Swords: cheating, having an affair, feeling like you've been betrayed. And it just seems like it's a repetitive cycle that you keep going over and over and over, repeating over and over again. You can't seem to shake it or rid yourself of it. All right, so that's what I feel that could be going on for some of you. And remember, these are just messages that I'm coming up with. If you can associate anything that's going on in combination of these two cards, the Devil and the Nine of Swords, by all means, if you come up with something differently, use it. All right, so the Three of Wands, this is very positive. So you're either attracting some energy towards you or it's moving towards you. Now, this, of course, would also represent traveling. So some of you guys may be traveling in partnerships and just, weekend getaways, enjoying each other's company. Nothing wrong with that. But I also assign long distance love affairs and romance. If you are going to travel this month, April, yeah, in the month of April, I'm sorry, Taurus, you're going to be safe to and from. Up next, now we have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is feeling nostalgic, going down memory lane. Some of this energy here too may relate to some bulls just having to, if you're in partnership specifically, or you're dating, or you have been dating for a while, it could be just you going back in time, remembering the first date that you had, remembering the wedding night or the honeymoon. That could be what I'm seeing here in terms of the Six of Cups. Okay, feeling nostalgic in the month of um, April. So it could be just like wanting to go back in that time where, things were really good and happy. Not to say that they're not good and happy for some of you that I'm reading for right now, but, oftentimes we do that, you know. Something maybe very memorable may have occurred on that first date, on that honeymoon, during that marriage night, or whatever. Okay. Also, too, the Six of Cups has the ability that there are people here who you may have had some sort of association with, or dealings with, or attachment with, but you may not have seen them in a long period of time. This is cutting out family members and friends. This is someone I'm talking about. Maybe there was some sort of a chance for romance, but the timing wasn't right. Well, these people here, if I'm reading this card correctly, could be coming forth in the month of April just to try to reproach you and try to, you know, bring back that energy. Even number of cups, what you give is what you're going to get back. Following that, we have the High Priestess. It's definitely a time to pay attention to your intuition in the month of April. The billowing smoke, always, as I refer it, could be some sort of secrecy or something being hidden. When it comes to a romance, there's something that's going on, like some crushes come through. Opposites attract. The High Priestess does relate to relationships. It's two, right? Um, there's an air of mystery surrounding a relationship or a person specific that you may be interested in if you're the single boy out there who's looking to engage into a partnership. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's negative. Okay, something that you may be dating this person already, but there's something about them that you still don't know. So they're, not intentionally shedding or keeping things from you, but there's just this whole aspect of an air of mystery. What else can I say about the High Priestess? Also, too, when it comes to these relationships, Taurus, the High Priestess always comes through to remind you to be patient. No matter what you're going through, just have a little bit more patience. Um, so if it's, you having to deal with the combination of the devil and the nine of swords, things are going to work themselves out. Just have patience and believe that it will be worked out. So, but the most important thing I feel that you need to know is about your intuition, trusting the processing, always going with your gut instinct. The first impression that you get is always the correct answer. Following the high priestess here, now we have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles simply in a love reading for me is just you may be introduced to somebody completely new that leads into some sort of romance, and then also two workplace love affairs and attraction. Following the Three of Pentacles here for you, Taurus, now we have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands was the very first card that Aries has drawn, and this is the potential of energy of what could come to you, and it's usually by others, and it's really what's going on with them, and they ain't got nothing to do with you. And I always say, don't get yourself engaged in any types of petty fights or arguments with those people. So be careful of someone that you're dating, someone that you're, already in a committed partnership with, like marriage. Like I said, there's always something going on with them. They try to instigate fights and petty arguments. Don't engage. Don't add fuel to the fire. As quickly as this energy may express itself towards you, Taurus, it will go away just as quickly as you ignore it. Okay, and if it's not that type of energy that you experience in the month of April, then it could be that some bulls that I'm reading for just go through moments or periods of some sort of inner restlessness, and that too shall pass. All right. The whole aspect of the Five of Wands that sits underneath the Nine of Swords and the Devil could also have some sort of meaning to someone that I'm reading for. All right. Following that, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Actually, this is one of my wedding marriage cards here in this deck that I'm using. So you can see she's kissing the hand of the Knight. The King of Pentacles here. You're part of that energy. It's a court card. So for any single bull out there who's looking to get into a partnership or relationship, this is the person that may be coming forward. Also, to some bulls may be getting married in the month of April, and also I regard the Knight of Pentacles as for those bulls who are already in committed partnerships. You're getting out of that relationship, which you're putting in. This is also a relationship that I see would be the type of relationship that will provide stability, long-term commitments. Following the Knight of Pentacles, now we have the Page of Pentacles, another one. So a younger energy shows up here. So we got two people here that may be coming forth for those single bulls who are looking to begin new relationships. This is a younger, of course, could be a male, could be a female. Sex roles could be interchanged. Very mature for their age. Okay, but they may have accumulated some sort of wealth along the way. Underneath that Six of Cups, that might bear some sort of significance to someone from your past that may be, coming forth. They like the finer things in life too, but they're always willing to share, never coming across as stingy or selfish. Following the Page of Pentacles, now we have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups, in spite of the Nine of Swords, beginning your energy off. And I have to remind you guys too that because I throw these cards in a sequential manner does not necessarily mean that's how the energy is going to open up for you. Okay, these energies related to the cards can express themselves however they want to in the month of April. But I feel that this is still regarded as a no drama month for my bulls. Okay, when I say that, her back is to the cups. Maybe you've dealt with some drama. Remember, I said the energies could be what's taking place right now, leading into April, and fully expressing itself or exposing itself once the month comes forward. This might be any types of engagements connected to the Nine of Swords or the Devil. But this is what you don't want to deal with. You've already dealt with it, so you want to be emotional and carefree in April. So you turn your back on that energy. Next card up here for you, Taurus, is the Judgment card, Major Arcana, the Judgment card here. And this is simply what's hidden in the dark comes to the light. Most times I read the energy of spiritual protection, as well as spiritual energy of having to be guided in the right direction. This is the card that I read as being woke. So maybe um, waking up to some things that you may have slept on in terms of make those connections to your relationships that you sort of like put aside, didn't want to deal with, that kind of energy. That is the Judgment card. Some things that you may discover about yourself that you didn't know before, Taurus, maybe positive or negative, or some things that you discover about someone else that you didn't know before, could be positive or negative. All right, so this is what I have for you, Taurus. Let's throw some additional cards here to see what they want to present to you. All right, energies for Taurus, additional energies for Taurus. All right, so the first card of message for you, Taurus, is lucky. Your person feels lucky and blessed to have met you and to have you in their life. They feel that this connection is very special and deserves genuine loving care. Next card up here for you, Taurus, is energy. Trust the energy and vibes you're picking up in your situation. Do not bypass the vibes and go searching for proof. Trust your intuition and the frequencies you know. Now, we just talked about the High Priestess, about trusting the intuition. Always go with that first impression that you get in your gut, or the inner voices that you hear is always the correct answer. So now we have another card in support of the High Priestess here when it's having to deal with your intuition in the month of April. Up next here is competition. May the best man win. There are multiple contenders vying for the attention of the same person. Someone else has their eye on your person. Your person may also have their eyes on them. It's your choice to either compete or bow out. Wow. Okay. Next up here for you, and the last one I'm going to draw from this deck here, is trust. You can trust the words and promises of your person at this time. The words they speak are true. Don't keep going over different scenarios in your head over this situation. Things are good. Now, again, I could tie that energy in and make the connection to the Nine of Swords, because the Nine of Swords presents sometimes the energy of overthinking too much. So you may be placing too much emphasis on overthinking about a relationship specific, and everything is perfectly fine. Maybe the devil that clarified that Nine of Swords is you having to keep thinking about a situation that's perfectly fine. All right, so that's how simple that energy could be. It doesn't always mean that you're dealing with or have to deal with some sort of devastating situations. All right, so the overall love energy for you for the month, from one more deck that I'm going to draw energy from, and let's see what they want to express for you, Taurus. And this one says true love. Okay, so you got true love here, and it says this is the romance of a lifetime. All right, so this is what I have for you in the month of April 2025, Taurus. Always take what's going to work for you, leave the rest alone. Of course, this is just me interpreting these messages here. So have a safe, great month ahead. Again, enjoy your birthdays. If you're the Taurus that I'm reading for that's having a birthday in the later part of April, again, welcome new subscribers. Always come back to get more of these messages from me. Remain smiling, all will be well, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.